Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. These wise words spoken by Benjamin Franklin more than 2 centuries ago continue to resonate today as we delve into the depths of virtue and justice. On one hand, virtue, often seen as moral excellence, is a character trait valued as being good. It's the beacon that guides us, the moral compass directing our actions. From honesty to courage, wisdom to humility, these are the virtues we strive to embody. They form the bedrock of our character, shaping us into individuals of integrity. On the other hand, justice, a concept as old as civilization itself, is about fairness, about ensuring people receive what they rightfully deserve. It's a principle that governs our societal interactions, ensuring that the scales remain balanced. Yet, despite their seemingly distinct definitions, virtue and justice often find themselves entwined in a complex dance. While virtue is a personal endeavor, justice is a societal obligation. However, they are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they are deeply interconnected, one often serving as a catalyst for the other. Consider the virtue of honesty. It's a value that, when practiced, can lead to justice. When individuals are honest, they contribute to a culture of trust, which is fundamental to a just society. Conversely, in a society where justice prevails, virtues can flourish. Because when justice is served, it sets a precedent, encouraging virtuous behavior. Yet, there are instances where their paths diverge. A person may be virtuous, but that doesn't necessarily mean they will always act justly. Similarly, a just action may not always be virtuous. For instance, telling the truth is virtuous, but if it leads to unnecessary harm, it might not be seen as just. In this regard, the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle's perspective is quite enlightening. He believed that virtue lies in finding the mean between extremes, a balance. So, in the example given, the virtuous action would be to tell the truth in a way that minimizes harm, thereby aligning virtue with justice. However, there's a contrasting viewpoint presented by the German philosopher Immanuel Kant. He argued that justice isn't about balancing extremes but about upholding moral laws, regardless of the consequences. Thus, for Kant, telling the truth even if it causes harm is both a virtuous and just act. And these differing viewpoints invite us to reflect on our own understanding of virtue and justice. Are they intertwined in our lives, or do they sometimes conflict? Do we lean more towards Aristotle's balanced approach, or Kant's unwavering moral law? As we ponder these questions, it becomes clear that navigating virtue and justice is a journey, not a destination. It's a path we tread, sometimes stumbling, sometimes striding with confidence, but each step, each decision we make, brings us closer to understanding these intricate concepts and how they shape our lives and our world. So, as we conclude, remember Franklin's words. Because in the end, whether we lean towards Aristotle or Kant, whether we see virtue and justice as intertwined or separate, we all have a role to play in ensuring that justice is served and virtues are upheld. Because, as Franklin rightly pointed out, justice will only be served when everyone, regardless of their direct involvement, is as outraged by injustice as those who are affected.